Hello viewers, in this class today we shall be looking for class 4th Gulmohar Golden Edition chapter 1, that is Unke Munke Timpetoo, which is written by Shigrun Srivastava. Okay students, so the class that we're going to begin is for the session 2024 to 25. This is class 4th and chapter number 1, that is given here on your screen, Unke Munke Timpetoo, written by Shigrun Srivastava. Let us begin for the class. In this class we will study question answer based on the chapter. So understanding the text here, part A is complete these sentences. So question number 1 is Rohan was not looking forward to his birthday because his mother had refused to give him a table tennis set which he badly wanted. Okay. Question number 2, Muk tried to help Rohan by telling him that if he wanted the table tennis set very badly, he could chant Unke Munke Timpetoo 17 times while running around a banyan tree at midnight. You know, students, the chapter which named Unke Munke Timpetoo is what? Okay, so you can say it is a thing, okay, which was somewhere told to chant by the friend Muk to Rohan. Why? Because he wanted badly table tennis. So his friend Mak told him to Rohan to chant Unke Munke Timpetoo 17 times when while running around a banyan tree he will be getting his table tennis set. Question number 3, why Rohan was afraid to enter Mrs. Grover's garden? It is because she used to be the principal of his school and was very strict. Now, third, Mark did not want to go with Rohan because he was afraid of Mrs. Grover, and the thought of entering her garden at midnight scared him. Now, 5. Seeing the parcel, Rohan looked at Muck because Unke Munke Timpetoo was a secret between them, and he was very surprised to see a parcel from Munke Timpetoo. Why Rohan went to meet Mrs. Grover? Because he had told her about his wish and Unke Munke Timpetoo, and he wondered whether she had already sent the gift. Now, question based on the chapter. The first question. Read the entire text again. Say how we know that Rohan wanted to the table tennis set very badly. So at the beginning of the text, the speaker says that Rohan desperately wanted the table tennis set. Also, he thought, all, also, although he initially refused to believe in Unke Munke Timpetoo, Rohan kept thinking about it and could not think of anything else. Finally, on the day before his birthday, he asked Muk to accompany him to Mrs. Grover's garden to wish for the table tennis set. Also, Rohan was delighted when he got the table tennis set, even though it was not a new one. Suddenly, a ferocious bark tore the stillness of the night. Students, this line is given in your book. This is the text of your book. Why did the dog bark? What happened after this? What do you think of Rohan, Muck, and Mrs. Grover from his incident? Now, let us see. Dog have very sharp ears and must have barked, hearing Rohan running in Mrs. Grover's garden. After this, Mrs. Grover came out and threatened to unleash the dog. If the intruder did not appear before her, frightened and Mug climbed up the tree, and Rohan went up to Mrs. Govers and told her why he had come there. Mrs. Grover heard him out patiently and asked him to complete the remaining round if he did believe in Unke Munke Timpetoo. Rohan completed the remaining 6 rounds and left using the front gate, and as Mrs. Grover had asked him to do. This incident shows that Rohan was courageous enough to tell Mrs. Grover the truth, and Mrs. Grover was kind and seeing his earnestness, heard Rohan out patiently and left, and even let him complete his round. As for Muck, though he accompanied Rohan to Mrs. Grover's garden, he behaved in a selfish and cowardly manner when he abandoned his friend and climbed up the tree. Question number 3. Next day, the great moment came. I opened my gift, rejoiced over my new pair of shoes and the hand-knitted pullover. And this is also your text line from this to this. Why did the speaker say it was the great moment? Do you think the speaker really rejoiced at this point? Why? The speaker says it was the great moment because he was waiting eagerly to open his birthday gift for somewhere. In his heart of hearts, he did think that maybe his wish for a table tennis set would come true. The speaker tried to rejoice so that his mother would be pleased to see him happy and his birthday gifts. Question number 4. Why do you think gave Rohan the table tennis set? Why do you think so? So Mrs. Graver gave the table tennis set to. Please check this question in your book. Maybe there is something wrong. Check this question in your book, students. Mrs. Grover gave Rohan, because here should be Mrs. Grover. Okay, here Rohan the table tennis set because she saw how badly Rohan wanted it and also wanted the reward from him for being truthful. Now appreciating the text, he drew a bit closer and said, "Well, Rohan, I am not saying I believe in it, but my cousin said it works, and there is no harm in trying, don't you think?" In this line creates a feeling of fear and excitement. Find similar lines in the story. In the same thing, you have to find similar line. So you can see the line, "Don't ask me," I replied, "Mark, this is how it is done, I suppose. Why not try it? It wouldn't work. It wouldn't do any harm." So you can see the line, "Don't ask me," I replied, "Mark, this is how it is done, I suppose. Why not try it? It wouldn't work. It wouldn't do any harm." However, the thought kept haunting me, and I could not think of anything else. Then the garden lay dark, silent in dim and silent in dim light of moon, and there was a banyan tree, its branches swaying in the gentle breeze of the light. We jumped down, ran to the tree, and looked around carefully. Again, the line is, "What if she awake?" I whispered, pointing at Mrs. Grover's house. "Nobody is awake at this ghostly hours of the night," hissed Muck. Then suddenly a ferocious bark tore the stillness of the night. I froze. Inside Mrs. Grover's house, light turned on and the back door opened. "Muck, Muck," I murmured, "say something." But Muck was already climbing up the tree. One day I gathered all my courage. One day I gathered all my courage and went to meet Mrs. Grover's. I had gone over many lines 100 times, but when she looked at me with her pale green eyes, I felt my courage vanish. The question number 2. What was your idea of Mrs. Grover's at the beginning of the story before the night Rohan and Muck went to her garden? Did it change by the end of the story? How and why? So at the beginning of the story, she seemed to be a very strict and stern lady, since Rohan and Muck were very afraid of going into her garden. Also, Rohan had seen how she scolded Rinku like a big bully in this school and was very much in awe of her. As the story progressed, we saw that Mrs. Grover was patient with Rohan and heard him out. She was also kind enough to let Rohan finish his round rounds later. Mrs. Grover was friendly and even invited Rohan to have tea with her and said that she too believed in Unke Munke Timpetoo. So how the lady Mrs. Grover helped him, you can see in this para. Now question number 3, why do you think who do you think more, Muck or Rohan? Why? Who do you like more? Sorry, who do you like more? So this answer is based on your opinion. Try to write your opinion on this answer. So that is why I have written here. Try yourself. So do with yourself. So students, in this video, we have completed all question answer plus appreciating of the text of the chapter. Chapter number 1, Unke Munke Timpetoo. In the next class, we shall be talking on exercises of the chapter. Till that time, thank you so much.